No, we do.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Hi, Maggie Hendricks with Yahoo Sports. How you doing? When you have a young player like Paige who has so many expectations and everything on her coming into the league, what are things that you do to help her manage all of this?
Yeah. First off, credit to Paige for how she just is able to handle everything with such grace. So she does a lot of that on her own, if we're being completely honest. She's special and unique in how intentional she is in her ability to not get caught up in the wave and keep the main thing, and be about her business and be about her teammates and be about the right things. And then for me, it's finding ways to, try to relieve some of that load that's on her shoulders there and not asking too much of her as a rookie, while also empowering her to find spots to lead and to give more. And so it's just a balance, but continuing to pour into that relationship and feel out how I can best serve her and help her to be able to best help this team. Yeah.
Coach, watching from the sky, what does it look like they're trying to do offensively?
Yeah, I mean they're playing extremely fast, so they're flying up the floor, and when you've got extremely mobile posts with Angel and Kamilla, and then when you've got an all-world point guard in Vandersloot, when they can play fast and free, they're really dangerous. So if we can slow them down, that would be great. And then it's all about second chances. So we got to be good early, and then we got to be good late. If we can get them slowed, and then all five gang rebounding again. Those posts are just dynamic on the glass. So if our posts can keep them off the boards, and then our guards can go and clean up some rebounds. Yeah, we need all five. It's got to be a group effort on the boards.
I guess same question on D. Like, what does it look like they're trying to do on D?
Yeah, I think just everyone early is trying to find what their identity is, and so you gotta see what you have and put your players in positions to be successful. And so yeah, I think everyone's just kind of tweaking and mixing up what their coverages are and how to be able to dictate on that end and find some disruption of offensive rhythm and flow. So everyone will, you'll see teams' identities form here as we get more and more into the season.
I sort of wanted to ask about sort of your experience as a defensive coordinator in the past, and how does that sort of like influence your ability to come up with specific schemes defensively now as a head coach?
Yeah, was lucky to be put in those situations in Connecticut with Kurt and to really own our defense, and was even luckier to have fantastic defensive players. And so leaning on those experiences for sure, and making it a partnership here as well. We've got really talented players too who are really smart. And so I just enjoy the conversations with them, when we talk about opposing teams and how they're going to attack us. What are the best ways that we can try to disrupt offensive rhythm and flow? And so, yeah, those are very collaborative. And then ultimately it's up to me to make a final decision and then hold us accountable to it. So,
and sort of to follow up on, I guess, sort of your identity, like as a defense, are there any sort of specific schemes or whatever, or personnel that might cause you to sort of adjust that game plan on a matchup basis?
well, all sorts of experience playing against Vandersloot, right? When we were in Connecticut, great battles in the playoffs. And so, she is somebody who you have to mix it up. You can't give her the same look the entire game because she's that good and she plays one step ahead. So yeah, she gives you nightmares and headaches. So just trying to mix it up and keep her off balance.
Come back.
In terms of Paige, we're seeing her become more comfortable just through these first few games. I mean, she put up 10 points in the first game and then 21 in the most recent. How are you seeing her become more comfortable in other aspects than just her point production?
Yeah, just in general with her teammates, right? Every time we practice, every time we play, and then with our language and our offensive intentions and spacing on the floor. So, every opportunity she has to go out there, she's just continuing to get more and more comfortable when she's in the same shapes and the floor looks the same. Now, those reads are even quicker and better, and she's just able to do what she does. So she'll continue to just get even smoother and more confident, more comfortable as we continue to play games.
Coach, you talked about Angel and Kamilla on the glass, and sort of their presence there, what do you think they do so well, and what is sort of like the defensive plan what are you looking forward to in terms of like stopping that?
Yeah, I think it's just their consistency and their motors and their energy and their effort to not give up on plays. So I think, we've got to do early work as with any great post players. All your best defense is everything you do before the catch. So where are they getting the ball initially? And then when they get catches, how's our floor look? Is it crowded? And then for us, our biggest growth opportunity early is, can we defend consistently without fouling? We haven't proven that yet. Putting teams to the free throw line way too much, and you're not going to win a lot of games when you're giving away points at the free throw line. So,
Dorothy on the Zoom, go ahead.
Hi, Coach. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you today, Dorothy.
Okay. Hi. Hi, Coach. I just wanted to go back a day. Can you talk a little bit about how practice changed after your first win, kind of what some conversations were among the players, or kind of what you told the players after their first win to kind of string some wins together, one, and then two, how did you personally celebrate your first win the other night?
just number one, that feels good for the players just to be able to get that out of the way, right? Like that's Chicago tonight, right? They haven't gotten that first win. They're just scratching and clawing and desperate. And so we just took a deep breath, and it was kind of a relief. Like now we can get that out of our minds, and we can continue to focus on the things that are ultimately going to allow us to be successful and consistent. So we talked about our assist numbers and playing unselfishly and getting contributions from 10 players in that game, really. So talking about how we truly are a team, and everyone is going to have opportunities, and just excited about everyone making the most of those opportunities.
Coach, 50% from three in the last game. What are you trying to carry over from then until today?
Yeah, stay confident from behind the arc, and I thought they were good looks. So the more we can hunt the paint, and now you get kick out threes, those are higher percentage threes. So I think it all started with our physicality, and our screening was better in that game. And P and the guards were able to get when you touch the paint, you generate higher efficiency looks from the arc.
Go to Ron Thulin. Ron, go ahead.
Arike also just won that in the third quarter. So it's just elite shot making. That's not coaching.
Ron, go ahead.
Coach, how you doing today?
Hey, Ron, great. How are you?
Doing great, thanks. One thing that stood out when you look at the numbers, Chicago, the last two games, they've averaged 47 points in the paint. How big is it for Tierra McCowan to come in and continue what she showed she can do as in the last game?
Yeah, T's been fantastic. Her energy and effort. She's just been a force and a presence. And so we'll look for T to continue that play. Chicago early in transition, attacking the paint, those bigs running the floor, and then a lot of those paint points too, board second chance points. We've got to get back, get our D set, protect the paint, and then all five finish every possession with a rebound.
Hey, Coach.
Okay, it's my turn. Okay. Coach, as you alluded to, every team is finding its identity right now. Things haven't been going so good here in Chicago. How do you see the sky evolving from your perspective?
Yeah, I think they will figure it out. They've got a good combination of veterans and youth. And so the more they play together, the more they'll evolve, and, roles will start to form, and people will feel more and more comfortable with, areas of the floor that they're on, what the defensive identity is offensively. So, and Tyler is fantastic. So he's about all the right things, and he's going to get them going.
Time for a couple more. We'll go to Chico. Go ahead.
Hey, Chris, Chico Nashon from The Score in Toronto. Paige is one of the league leaders in assist to turnover ratio this season. She's averaging almost 3 assists per each turnover. Now, it's something she's always done dating back to college, but how is her decision making and the way she's kind of taken care of the ball so far impressed you?
Yeah, just extremely impressive. There's not really a lot to say other than we're extremely grateful that she's on our side, and her ability to play make. You've seen it translate right away at this level. Her ability to take care of the ball and still make plays and spray that thing all over the place.
DJ, go ahead.
Okay. Hey, Coach, Jamari Moreau Sports Media. I wanted to ask two questions. One, right now the Wings are top five in offensive rating, and obviously you had your first 30-point quarters in your last game. You did it twice, for the first time this season. Also went over 50 points at half. I wanted to, what has been the biggest areas of emphasis over the last week offensively, and what are some things that you could do in against the Chicago Sky?
Yeah, number one, talking about finding our tempo. So we want to play fast. But then we've really been talking about the last couple games of slowing down. So go fast initially and then slow down so we can establish our space and get everyone where they need to be. So we're a little more organized on the offensive end. And so I think they've been taking that to heart here the last couple of games. We've been a little more structured. And that makes those reads a little bit easier because you're understanding what the floor looks like and where your teammates are going to be. Um, so yeah, and then again, like I just think the ball's been moving a little better and we've been sharing it. So
Last one to Ilvin. Go ahead.
Hey, thank you. Good morning. Wrong time of the day. Hello, Coach. So coming into this season, you spoke about sustained success, and we've seen it last game with only one player not scoring. After securing your first win as head coach, what aspects of that performance are you aiming to replicate tonight against the Sky?
yeah, just I thought we came out with great energy. So just continuing to preach about dominating the things that are within our control. We're talking a lot about toughness, and that's consistency of our energy and effort, independent of what your current circumstances are, right? So challenging everyone to be ready for their opportunities, however minutes you get, however many shots you get, give to your teammates, continue to be about the right things and pour into the team and into each other. And so that came together against Connecticut with lots of people contributing and having positive games on and off the floor. And so hope for more of that tonight.